One of which is that the caterpillar, if you've ever seen one getting ready to become a butterfly, all it does is eat. It eats and eats and eats, and it will eat through a plant in such a way that people find them really irritating. They consume the plant. They are almost like they're trying to destroy their environment as they get ready for their transformation. And I think if you look at our society over the last, I don't know how many years, it's been a hungry society. We as a society have added so much luxury to our lives, we don't even think of them as luxuries anymore. We are in the process of accumulating, and we don't think of ourselves as, oh, one day we'll convert all this into butterfly. No, we think, just give me more. Well, the more thing has slowed down. The more thing is going to, without much doubt, will take a dip for a year. We as a society are like the butterfly, or more like the caterpillar, really bringing a cocoon around us. We're still in the Gordo stage, but we're on the process, let's hope, of transformation. That process of transformation is going to be an inside job. There's really nothing that affects the caterpillar from the outside when it begins its transformation. It's an internal job. It's an inside job. And that's really, I think, what we're being called to do in this time. Now we begin to think about how we can be beautiful. Beautiful in the sense of transforming our lives into a near dreamlike state of something else. All this could be just a bad series of events, or it could be that it is leading us up to a transformational state in which we, instead of walking heavily on the earth, begin to tread lightly. We begin to be a delicate, more beautiful expression of our potential. This time also, besides the crises of the coronavirus and the economy and global warming, we have one more crisis, which is this crisis of racism. One in which it has been one group taking essentially from another by acts of discrimination and exclusion that have held our country back in so many ways. Think about the possibility now that it is becoming obvious that this is a crisis that needs correction. And the word for crisis, as many of you know in Chinese, is danger and opportunity. So this is a time of danger and opportunity, both for the economy, for the environment, and for our social conditions. In this time of cocooning, one of the things I think we need to do is really some self-examination. So for many of us, we took on this idea of more is always better, and that we are different than they, that there is a separation between us, and often along racial lines. And unconsciously, those programs have helped us to continue the systems as they were. But if we will examine it, we might see through our outer behavior what our inner patterns are. Our outer behavior is a reflection of our inner thoughts, our subconscious thoughts. So using the tools that Unity has given us for the last 100 and some years, let's work with repetition of affirmations so that we might begin to reprogram our own minds. So one of them is to change your mind. Once you recognize what's in your world that you don't want, reprogram yourself. Reprogram yourself by finding an affirmation that works to counteract the programming you received probably when you were in a less conscious state. That's one. Two, as we said last week, if you can move into the heart and keep your consciousness in the heart from the state of the witness, then many of these programs will begin to untie their knots and release you from that experience of being so profoundly locked into your own program. That's something that is not easy to do, but it is straightforward. Stay in the witness state in the heart. Stay in the witness state in the heart as long as you possibly can. If we can do some house cleaning by doing corrective affirmations, by keeping ourselves in the heart, and by being mindful of what we are thinking and feeling as much of the time as we can, doing less checking out and more being present to the moment, I think we set the conditions for planting intentions into our being. Intentions that we wish to create in the world. Unlike a butterfly, I think we have to choose. So we choose our intentions and we place them into this being that we are, more cleaned up than we have been because we've done our affirmations, we've done our forgiveness work, we've done our loving, we've done our awareness work. We do all that. We have set the conditions, plant the thought of how you would like to be, and then see it come into expression in your own life. It's going to take some work to choose either more healthful archetypes or to break the archetypal patterning in ourselves. So there's some profound work that needs to be done. And as more of us do it, I believe we begin to set the conditions for everyone to do it. But some of us have to lead. Some of us have to be first. Some of us have to be pioneers in this spiritual work of choosing a new life, to choose a new pattern of our being. So I invite you to do this inner work, especially while we're in this time of social distancing, because though it may not be comfortable, it does afford us some time to work on ourselves, to be a different person, to be that one who ultimately flaps their wings, no longer a voracious caterpillar, but a beautiful butterfly that treads lightly on the world and brings beauty and mystery to everyone they see.